9701theticket.com.
Following is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. We've got a panel this morning. Good morning to Harry Glanz, Alex Nafusi. We got Jeff Sackwell.
What's up, partner?
From Hunter Pasture Homes. We got a builder in the studio this morning.
Not only do we have a builder, we have got a guy who's been in real estate for a considerable amount of time, a guy that we've known, I've known personally for almost, Jeff, it's been 40 years, but other than that, we're going to talk about some good things, get a lot of calls. We're going to talk about real estate development, which Jeff is an expert in. I use the term expert.
I wish I was handy.
Yeah,
to build stuff.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but this guy's been around the block. He's very, very active. Jeff Sackwell is a very active guy in our community. He's also running for MSU Board of Trustees. Oh. But other than that, he also brings awareness in the community through various efforts. And I'm going to let him explain it. But we got a great show.
How can it be bad if he's a Spartan? It's impossible.
Good morning, Jeff.
And that's one of the,
Good morning.
Wait, being a Spartan here. Having a wife like he does and children and being a Spartan are three of his best qualities. Trust me, I've known him for a long time.
Jeff, you want to go on a date tonight? You want to hang out?
No, got to spend some time.
Right,
I got a lot of Audis this week. Got to spend some time with family.
What are you talking about? In about 55 minutes, you're on your way to East Lansing.
No doubt.
You know that.
No
but
doubt.
Also, what Jeff is going to talk about is community involvement, too. But first, the Federal Reserve came out this week, Harvey, and you know what the Federal Reserve did today, or this past week.
Well, I don't know what they specifically
Harry,
did. I can tell
you don't know what they specifically did.
Harry, you fill us in. I think you're going to fill us in better than Harvey might be able to.
Okay, well, it goes something like this, and you hear the commercials. We say it all the time. Rates aren't going to stay this low forever.
They're not going to go to zero.
And the Fed is, they're going to discontinue their easing shortly. Okay, in October they're going to, they've been cutting back on their bond buying, to stimulate the economy because allegedly the economy's getting better. We see it around metropolitan Detroit. We know because we were the first ones in a decline and the last one's out. Things are a lot better now than they were 3-4 years ago. So what the Fed is doing is they've come out and they've said, listen, here's the deal. We're going to go ahead and we're not going to start raising interest rates right away. We're going to hold right now, but they've left things open for the future. Okay, next year, 2015, they might start going up. I don't want to sit here and predict. We sit here and try to predict when rates go up. It's a bad thing. We don't want that, but if you're on the fence now about buying a house or refinancing a house, rates are not going to be this low forever. Jeff Sack will tell you that one of the biggest reasons for his building boom is low interest rates.
It's everything. It's everything. Gives people a lower payment. They get more of a house. That's simple.
Sure. It seems
it's just buying power.
Yeah.
Jeff, do you do a lot of like subdivisions? Do you fill in building? What
subdivisions?
Subs?
Dirt to homes. 100 lot subdivisions, a little over, a little under.
I think the cool thing with new construction, and I think you hear the horror stories, and not to knock builders by any means, but about building a house and it's stressful. But I think one of the nice things is if you can do it, in a good way, you can pick, everything ahead of time. I mean, you get the perfect house because a lot of times when you're looking for houses, you might have to sacrifice that sweet patio for, one less bath or, an extra bedroom for with a 3-car garage, whatever it is. When you build a house, you're running the show. You're the pilot.
Well, you're talking about guys. Sorry, Jeff, I don't want to step on here, but you're talking about guys. Jeff Sack and his partner Randy Wertheimer. They've been around for a long time. They're award-winning builders. Okay, and there's a difference when you go with somebody that's experienced. You go with a rookie shop. Talk about what you're doing, your trades, how you hire people, and the quality of your homes.
Well, we've been very blessed. Our trades have been with us through the good times and obviously the bad times, and it's like family. And the thing that you talked about is so true, is that people want what they want. Give them what they want. And our philosophy is very simple. When people come in, this is extra, no, it's not extra. We include everything in the house, including a finished basement. So we learned that people
That's huge.
Yeah, say that again, Jeff.
We give them a finished basement. So that could be for the in-laws or the outlaws, whichever way you call them.
Outlaws,
that could be for the kids when they get in high school. You don't want to know what's going on downstairs, but need to check on them.
That's going to come up later.
But that's definitely extra free square footage, and it helps with the appraisals. It's unbelievable.
Definitely living space. We'll get to that part about the square footage, definitely. 248-539-9797, Jeff. And as you guys know,
You
the
finished
fall
the basement, huh?
the
man?
fall is shaping up to be a buyer's market. That's what I'm seeing. The inventories have picked up recently, Jeff. You're seeing more and more homes. Really, I said everything was on the main road or a corner, but you're seeing more and more listings out there. It seems like, and again, more on the existing house, that things slowed down a little bit, and now maybe the buyers right now have a little bit of an upper hand, at least some negotiating room where they can go in and find a motivated seller.
There's more on the market. I mean, there's people, when the market picked up, when we were talking, I think maybe in like April, May, June, there was very limited inventory. And unfortunately, you get a lot of people and a lot of these rookie realtors and a lot of these homeowners like, well, we'll just list our house for $400,000. If someone's going to pay us for it, we'll sell it. And that's not the way that real estate and mortgages should go. I mean, you get in a situation where it's not going to appraise out. It's not going to happen.
The market's the market.
Yeah,
Right.
Market's the
perfect.
market.
And Jeff,
I love your Spartanship, man.
Hey, Jeff, the communities that you're in, big new construction communities. You're in South Lyon. You've got a couple subs going in South Lyon.
Three
subs going in South Lyon. And if I'm in the market for a house and we know where the prices of existing homes are, and it's great that they're up, but if I can go ahead and purchase a new construction home with a finished basement from Jeff Sackwell, Randy Wertheimer, and Hunter Pastor Homes, that's equal to a house that I can pick up, that's an existing house that's 10, 15, 20 years old. Tell me why I wouldn't do it.
I have no idea why you wouldn't do it. People like what they like. It's just like buying a car. Do you buy used clothes? Do you buy used cars mostly? Probably not.
I do.
Okay.
Well,
I don't buy used.
You're a
anything.
different guy.
Harvey has to buy used clothes.
You don't go to the thrift shop and all that.
Anything that fits is good by me.
Well,
Spots
But not-
included.
You know what's cool about that, Jeff, is we talk about new construction.
You guys ever seen Roadhouse?
Yeah, we know your Roadhouse movie.
Harvey dresses like Dalton from Roadhouse.
Jeff, no doubt.
I didn't know
about-
they made triple pleated
stop causing trouble?
pants anymore.
Jeff, one of the cool things about new construction, I actually had 3 new construction homes in a row. And the thing I liked most about it is you knew what you had there. The thing about the flooding we had recently, families bought homes, they did inspection. Those homes are built in the 60s, even older than that. There's problems with them. They were built to whatever was going on, the criteria to build a home back then. Now, homes are energy efficient, they're safer, they're vented properly. One of the things we have here in Michigan, of course, with the 4 seasons is we got to worry about the temperatures changing, all the cracking of the concrete, all the things that can go wrong with the house. When you build and buy a house in today's marketplace, something that was built in the last 5 to 10 years, these things are built to today's specs, standards, building inspectors are going through. It's just a better product, more energy efficient, less utility bills. There's so many great reasons, and it's fun and exciting to boot.
And when you do the floor plans, you look for those different things. A lot of people like that double high ceiling. One of our rooms doesn't go all the way to the top. It looks like it, but it's not. It saves them money on their heating.
Can you tweak up like your specs on your houses if someone wants to build one? Can they?
We do. Most national builders are they don't deviate. That's one of the advantages we have.
It's A, B, or
you want
C.
us to do something? We'll check it out. We'll price it out.
That's cool, man.
We'll give you a great deal.
That's a nice thing. That's
give people what they
cool.
want. What's wrong with that, right?
No,
customer
nothing at all,
service.
man. Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to take some calls here this morning, gentlemen. 248-539-9797. And our first caller this morning is Carl out there on a cell phone. Hey, Carl, what's going on?
Hey, got a question for you regarding the refinancing of my home. I currently have about 20 years left. I figure I can refinance with a 15-year and get something close to the same payment. I can't take advantage of HARP. I don't believe my mortgage is currently with my credit union. So there's that item. And also I plan on retiring in 5 years, so I only plan on being in this home for about 5 years. So what direction would, what options do you think would be best for me?
Carl, do you want to pay the home off in 5 years?
I want to sell a home in 5 years. I want to move in 5 years. I got a home out in northern Michigan where I'm going to move to.
I would do it on a 5-year arm, and just
Okay.
lower the rate as much as possible, and be done with it, man. And just you can pay more on that. So I mean, if you want to amortize it over 10. I mean, I give you the 10-year amortization schedule, but I mean, do a 5-year arm, take the lowest rate we can give you, and be done with it, man. I mean, you're in a great position. What's the balance on the mortgage, sir?
About $250.
And what's the house worth?
About probably half mil.
Oh, dude, you're set,
fine.
man. 5-year arm. I mean, get the payment as low as possible, and you're good to go. You can pay more than the minimum payment on it if you want, But save money, and then in 5 years when you retire, sell it.
Hey,
Be done with it.
Carl, I'm not an ARM guy.
I'm jealous of Carl.
Yeah, I'm not really an ARM guy. But however, is if you know for a fact that you're not going to be in that house in 5 years, then by putting you on an ARM, you're borrowing at the lowest cost of funds. So if you're saying here to us that you're definitely going to sell in 5 years, I would put you on that program. But if you're not, then I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, 5 years is my 5 years on the 22nd.
There you go.
Oh,
All right, beautiful.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite calls. We can save you money on that. We can get you out, and it'll be fine.
Thanks for the call.
So,
Go ahead.
so who you got? Somebody I should go to?
Yeah, Alex will take care
I'm Alex
of you.
Nafusi. I'll call you for the show, man. Give me 45 minutes.
Okay, very good. Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you,
thanks
sir.
for the call. It's 9:11 here in the morning. You got to tune to the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Keep it here, 248-539-9797. All your calls.
At Earhart BMW, get behind the wheel of the new 2014 BMW 320i xDrive for only $320 per month. That's the BMW 320 for only $320 with $3,500 down for 36 months through BMW Financial. Visit Earhart BMW, Bloomfield Hills, Farmington Hills, EarhartBMW.com.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
For over 50 years, there's been one place outdoor enthusiasts have trusted to get all the gear and advice they need. Cabela's. And we're celebrating with our legendary anniversary sale, where you can save 50% on Cabela's MPV base layers for men, women, and children. Plus, receive 20 to 40% off select men's and women's hikers. Don't miss the chance to get everything you need for the great outdoors. Shop Cabela's legendary anniversary sale in stores or online at Cabela's.com.
Right now is the best time in years to list your home for sale. Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. The number of buyers in the market have increased dramatically, and they're out looking for homes right now. Plus, with available inventory near historic lows, your home will have less competition on the market. In other words, demand for homes is up while the supply of homes is very low, putting more money in your pocket. Homeowners who sell their homes with us get over 98% of their asking price and sell their homes in an average of 23 days.
Hi, this is Mike Craig from Brighton, Michigan, and I called Jeff Glover when it was time to sell my house. I heard Jeff's ads on the radio, and just like the ads say, he gave me a clear and concise plan to market my house, and he delivered on that plan. Jeff got me a great price for my house with no contingencies. That's money in the bank.
Call Jeff Glover right now at 855-JEFF-SELLS. Whether your home is in Novi, Shelby Township, Brighton, Birmingham, Clarkston, or Ann Arbor, Jeff will get it sold. Call Jeff toll-free at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at jeffgloversells.com. Realtor Jeff Glover. A house sold name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
University of Phoenix versus Imagining.
Excuse me? Can I try this before I buy it?
Oh, we prefer you look at it from afar and just imagine what it will be like.
At University of Phoenix, we know you want to try before you buy. That's why we offer many first-year students with limited to no college experience a risk-free period. Visit phoenix.edu to learn more. University of Phoenix. Let's get to work.
Things are looking up for those who've had problems winning in the past because Jason Jordan is giving it away. Jason Jordan guarantees 7 winners against the spread out of every 10 he releases. 70% winners. He is the only handicapper good enough or confident enough to release his winners right on a recording. His games will do the talking, not his salesman. Call now for Jason Jordan's college football lock of the week on a recorded message. Clemson at Florida State, absolutely free. The single biggest play Jason Jordan will have all week. You get it tonight, and you get it absolutely free on a recorded message. 1-800-305-0204. I just called, and it's on there right now. I didn't speak to a salesman and leave personal information. I simply called 1-800-305-0204 and got his college football lock of the week absolutely free. That's 1-800-305-0204.
If you like painting and saving, Ask Sherwin-Williams and save 40% on paints and stains during our 4-day super sale, September 19th through the 22nd. With 40% off our great paints and stains and 30% off painting supplies, you can give your whole home a color makeover. But hurry, these savings are so super, they won't be around for long. Find your nearest store at sherwinwilliams.com/sale. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Tune in tomorrow as the Lions take on the Packers. Game time is 1 p.m. Presented by Ford, the official automotive company of the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
Sunday, The Good Wife returns with a jaw-dropping season premiere.
Alicia, would you want to run for state's attorney?
What? CBS Sunday.
We always make the extra point. 97.1, The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Hey, you can also send us an email to mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. We brought Jeff Sackwell from Hunter Pasture Homes in this morning. 248-539-9797. Taking all your calls. You want to buy a house, talk about new construction, refinance your home. Harry, you touched on it before. The Fed met this week. Hey, look, rates are still at all-time lows. Yes, it keeps the economy rolling in the right direction. Actually, the highest level we had this last week, they burped up a little after the Fed talk. Hopefully, they'll trickle back down here. We saw a little bit of slowness, or if that's actually a word, recently here in the region because kids went back to school. The weather changed, and they all of a sudden, it's like someone turns off the faucet, Jeff, and people are like just a little slower right now. It's not gangbusters. If you've got your house listed, make sure you're presenting the best product.
Well, part of the issue is people do want to be in their homes before school starts. Obviously, no one wants to be disrupted in the middle of the year. Yesterday, it maybe was slow because of Goodell's press conference, but that was a doozy. But we're still seeing a lot of activity. A lot of females do the shopping first, so it's football. They're widows on the weekend, and they go out shopping. Our traffic has been not bad the last 3 weekends since football started.
Well, when you have houses under construction, I mean, trying to get kids back in school, but if you have a purchase agreement, you can enroll your kids in that school district. All right, you're going to see a lot of activity through the end of October because the weather's still nice and for fall. But yes, it does slow down November, December, January, February, March in that area because of the nice weather we have here in Michigan. But Jeff, you're also, I like to call you're involved in a lot of things. I like to call you a community activist. Whatever the cause is, you're behind it. You're also running for MSU trustee, but you've also put together, anti-bullying campaigns in schools. You're really out there in the community. And guess what? You don't need to do this. You have a real job. You're a president of a real estate company. You're involved in building homes, but also you're a community guy because, you really care about people in the community.
Absolutely care about people. It's not about us. It's about the next generation. Harry, did anybody have better childhoods than we did?
No.
We got to give these people, you know what? Education is our future.
Did you guys grow up together?
Well, we've known each other for almost 40 years, brother.
Technically, neither one of us.
We haven't grown up yet.
We've grown tall, but we haven't grown up.
Right.
I've even grown wide.
Well, yes, you have.
Jeff, you know what's been cool?
I'm 5'9" and 205.
There you go.
I feel you, brother.
Home builder confidence definitely at a 9-year high. So, I mean, things are picking up here. Again, regionally, you were like the only guy in town if you went back to 07, 08. It's like you guys hung in there. You were still building homes, and now everyone's gotten back into the game, and you see some of that.
This is the cool thing about Jeff and in the show. I think the last year is that remember we ground through it in like 2009 and 2010, and just like the vibe in the area was it just sucked. It just felt. It felt like death. And I was out last night. My good buddy Gary Thomas, he's getting married this afternoon at Pine Lake. Congratulations to him. And, I was out with him and my father and a couple of the guys, that I play golf with. And just the vibe, like, everywhere is just like, everything's back. Like, everything's good. Like, Jeff, you're rocking and rolling. You're building houses. People are buying houses. They're moving up. They're stepping up. And I just feel like, I know it's going to sound cheesy and like a dork, but it's like, the vibe around here in southeastern Michigan, it's really, it's good. It's like a whole different vibe than it was 5 years ago.
It's so good. There's a shortage of contractors, so we got to get some people moving back to Michigan.
You probably have trouble finding help, don't you?
Well, we have a pretty good crews that we work with, but we've gone to additional crews now because we've grown, so we've had to find some others because there's jobs out there for talented people.
Yeah,
doubt,
absolutely.
So.
Another one of my friends, I hate to keep giving shout-outs, my buddy Perry Stevens that owns that Allstate Tree Company, he said he can't find help. We've had all these storms this summer. There's so many trees that have been knocked down. He goes, I can't find guys do the work. I'm turning the work down.
It's a great point because employment drives a lot of this, and things are doing a lot better here locally. And that's what it's all about. If people are working, making money, there's been a lot of wealth created in the stock market over the last 5 years. They're able to go out, right. They're able to go out. Of course, the debt has fouled a little bit with the college tuition. We'll talk a little bit about that. Hey, Brett out there in Dearborn Heights, want to get to your call. You got a question about wanting to buy a house. Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, how you doing today?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Well, here's my situation. I got a home in Dearborn Heights. I owe about $45,000 on it. It's worth, on a modest side, $100,000. It's probably worth a little more, but I'm trying to not to get my hopes up too high.
Okay.
But my situation, I do have good credit. I make a decent living. But I had a foreclosure 4.5 years ago.
How do you have good
so
credit?
I applied with it. I'm sorry?
How do you have good credit then if you had a foreclosure 4 years ago?
Well, my credit score is almost 700.
Okay.
And I did apply for a house, and the only thing I applied for was an FHA.
Right.
And the guy told me because I wanted to do a conventional to put some money down, he says, well, a conventional takes 7 years. FHA is 3 years after foreclosure. And the house I was looking at was about $350,000. And he says FHA only approves up to $271,000, and I was approved for that.
Correct.
But he said that with that amount, you have to have the new laws that's passed the last couple of years. You have to have PMI, and with that loan amount is give or take $300. I think he said like $325 or something
Sure.
a month.
Yeah, the PMI and FHA is expensive. Brett, here's the scoop, dude. Everything now is 4 years, but you have to get what's called an approve eligible on the delegate underwriting system. It's a computer engine that every single mortgage lender in the country uses. So if you get approve eligible, you can buy the house for $350,000, no problem. If your foreclosure is 4.5 years ago, if your foreclosure is 4.5 years ago, I mean you're past that time period, but it's 4 years now. So, but we got to get approve eligible. So I mean, if you have a 690 credit score on a foreclosure, 4.5 years ago. I mean, I'll do it for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll
give it a shot. I mean, I'm happy to work with you, but I mean, it's not. Look, listen, Capital Mortgage Funding. We're in business to do loans and to get you guys into houses. So I mean, there's nothing. I mean, I'm on your side, but I have to get an approve eligible on through the underwriting system.
Right, and again, we don't hate the house. We're going to enjoy it. I just, I want to do the conventional loan, and I think I do. I mean, I'm not a pro at this, so I'm just kind of thinking like, would I be better off just wait another 2.5 years and wait till 7 years?
You don't need to wait that. Again,
you don't need to wait that.
You don't need to wait
Brett,
that.
let me do this, man. Let me call you after the show. Let's put a plan together. We'll try it now. We'll see if I can get you approve eligible on a conventional deal. And if I can't, we can put a plan together to get you there, whether it takes 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, whatever. But at least let's put, let's work together and get a formula put together.
Right, we can again look at options. I'm not in a huge rush, but at least know what I'm looking into. I just want that whole PMI thing just kind of threw the deal out. What I mean? Just threw the deal out the window for me. I don't want to pay $300-something a month. And he's like, well, you can refinance in 2.5 years, and you will qualify for a conventional.
Yeah, but dude, Brett, you got to send the PMI. I mean, you had a foreclosure, so I mean, you're a high risk borrower as it is.
Sure.
So it's a tougher deal right out the gate.
Brett, thanks for the call. We're going to follow up with you after the show. It's always good information. Look, if you put 20% down, there is no mortgage insurance involved. But if you're going to get an FHA mortgage, what other circumstances cause you to go that route, which is great. The loan is a great loan, and it's a stepping stone if you had problems in the past.
It'll help them get back in the game. I mean, you can't complain if a guy had a foreclosure and, and this is the accurate information versus the dissemination of inaccurate information. Right? Somebody said 7 years. No. It's 3 years FHA. It's 4 years conventional. But the bottom line is that he did have a little blemish in the past. He's got to pay for it if he's going to put less than 20% down.
Exactly.
So get back in the game. Don't worry about what the MI is going to cost you. Worry about getting in the brand new house.
Could you imagine in 2 years rates could be another 1 full % higher, maybe another 2% higher? There it is. There's your MIP.
That's right. I don't want to hear about people that have 20% down and have to go FHA and pay the private mortgage insurance.
Right.
Harry, if I borrowed $1,000 from you and stiffed you, wouldn't you be like, dude? If I called you again 3 years later, it'd be like, Alex, I gave you $1,000 3 years ago and you stiffed me.
Not happening. Yeah.
I'm not.
Wait.
I want to. You got to give me something, man.
Better yet, guys. Jeff, if you go ahead and go FHA, you only have to put 3.5% down. I'm a 96.5% partner, and I don't get to live in the house. All right, so what's the deal? So paying the MIP, big deal.
It's quality of life, man.
What you got to do?
Yeah, I mean, dude, who cares? I mean, just stop.
Stop nickel and diamond.
Yeah.
Here, look.
Let's throw that out. Wait, I want to throw that out there about new construction. Go ahead.
So I was going to say, people are talking about PMI. There's other things you can do to trim costs, like on an annual basis. Okay, right. I mean, people are probably going to pile on me, and I hope I'm going to take a beating. I went to Verizon and switched up my phone plan. I had some like unlimited.
There you go.
Megabyte the 8 zillion text, save me $100 a month right there. And then I called Comcast, and I'm like, dude, I'm not paying you $250 a month for all this. I'm like, okay, sir, how about you do it for $180? I'm like, all right, cool. So I just did $180 a month.
Simple
for 2 phone calls.
Let me throw this out there, gentlemen.
Took me 20 minutes.
248-539-9797. Alex is going to talk about everything this morning. So if you got a question about anything in the world, and he's got all his shout-outs out, definitely give us a call. 9:25 here in the morning. Again, we'll take all your calls. Buying a home is really exciting stuff, whether it be new construction or existing home. Well, in fact, we're up against a break. When we come back, we'll talk about all these great things you can do to put yourself in a home.
Today we're here with Dwight from DTE Energy. Thanks for being here, Dwight.
I'm happy to be here.
So can you tell us a little bit about gas safety?
I would love to. Safety is important to us here at DTE Energy. We're constantly working to improve infrastructure so we can enjoy the safe, warm, reliable advantages of natural gas.
So what's DTE doing specifically?
DTE spent $75 million this year alone to improve safety and reliability.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what's with that rotten egg smell?
That's what we add to natural gas to make it easier to recognize. If you do suspect a gas leak, first, leave the area at once. Second, go to a location where you no longer smell gas outside the house or building. Lastly, call 1-800-947-5000 immediately to report the situation.
Sounds like DTE is doing a really good job.
Yes, DTE is recognized as a nationwide industry leader by the American Gas Association for our quick response to reported gas leaks.
Thanks so much for all the info, Dwight. Really appreciate it. For more information, go to DTEenergy.com/gas safety. DTE Energy. Know your own power.
For all you Michigan Lottery Club Keno players, these are exciting days because they're doubler days. And to explain what doubler days is all about, we're talking to
Dr. Irving Corey. I'm a professor of advanced dual linguistics.
In other words, you're an expert in double talk?
Well, you won't catch me saying that's not untrue, although I think I just did, or at least I soon will, if you know what I mean.
Actually, I don't. But let's move on. Professor, what exactly is doubler days?
It's a way for Club Keno players to multiply by a factor of 2, or double, if you will, their fun and excitement, or fun-citement, if I may, and I think I just did.
Actually, Professor, Doctor, Club Keno Doubler Days is almost as simple as you are.
Oh, thank you.
You see, random Club Keno tickets are printed with a doubler message. Now, if your ticket has the message and you win, you'll double your prize money, up to $4 million.
I couldn't have said it better myself, which I am to the best of my knowledge.
Well, there you have it. All this month, winning is twice as nice.
And twice is nice.
Thanks to Club Keno Doubler Days.
Doubler Days.
Yeah.
So to speak, if I may. And I should, so I will.
Only from the Michigan Lottery.
Get to your favorite hangout and get in on Club Keno Doubler Days, only through the end of September.
It's Ram Truck Month, and with the Ram 1500's best highway fuel economy of any pickup, 28 miles per gallon, 6 mpg more than Ford EcoBoost, and 27% better, along with a 9,200-pound towing capacity, you can go anywhere and take everything from quad runners to a whole campsite. Or if you're looking to face down a mountain with miles of rough trail between you and it, don't sweat it. Ram can handle that too. Plus, Ram 1500 now has available Sirius XM for 1 year. Get a great deal during Ram Truck Month. Well-qualified employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2014 Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab 4x4 with 19 highway MPG for $283 a month for 27 months with $283 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. Based on all pickup classes. EPA estimated 28 MPG highway based on available EcoDiesel V6 4x2. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for lease details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Chrysler Capital. 25-cent charge for each mile over 22,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 9:30.
Big news. Sprint's offering the hottest deal in wireless. Switch your whole family up to 10 lines to Sprint and get unlimited talk, text, and 20 gigabytes of high-speed data to share for only $100 a month for your whole account. It's double the high-speed data of the other guys for a family of 4. Verizon and AT&T charge $160 and T-Mobile charges $100, and they just give you 10 gigabytes. But with Sprint, you get 20 gigabytes. That's 2 times the data. To make it easier, we'll even buy out your family's contract up to $350 per line. The Sprint Family Share Pack. Only $100 a month for the whole family up to 10 lines, including unlimited talk and text on America's newest network. Simply put, it's the hottest deal in wireless. So come into a Sprint store today.
Ends 9/30/14. Coverage and offer not available everywhere. Subject to credit. New line port in includes taxes, surcharges, roaming, international, and premium content. Price promo through 2015. After 2015, also pay $15 a month per line access charge, $350 via Visa prepaid card, and requires online registration. Comparison is to 10 gigabyte high-speed 3 and 4G plans for 4 lines. Other data options available. Rampant network use rules, prioritization, and throughput reduction applies. Comparison includes additional 2 gigabyte Sprint and 1 gigabyte Verizon data promos. Restrictions apply.
Tune in at 5:25 for the FanDuel Fantasy Blitz. Brought to you by FanDuel.com, the leader in one-week fantasy football. Catch your daily fantasy tips and updates right here every weekday afternoon at 5:25.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
You can hear restoration. Tiger baseball today right here at 97.1 The Ticket, 12:40. Max Scherzer against James Shields. Tigers and Royals. Tigers begin play a game and a half up on KC and the Central after a 10-1 win last night. Justin Verlander going 7 1/3 for the victory. Michigan football today on AM 950. WWJ, the kickoff at 3:30. Michigan against Utah. Utah is 2-0. East Lansing, 2-1. Make that 1-1. Michigan State hosting the Eagles of Eastern Michigan, who are 1-2. Lions football tomorrow right here on The Ticket. It kicks off at 1 p.m. Lions hosting the Green Bay Packers. From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 971theticket.com.
Steelers, Panthers. Sunday night football coverage begins at 7:30 on your home for the NFL on Westwood One. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast here until 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Got a lot of exciting sports here in town. Of course, Michigan State football. We've got the Tigers coming up this afternoon. And again, the Lions tomorrow taking on Green Bay. So great stuff here locally. Again, the weather.
Who's favorite in that? Is Green Bay getting points?
It's close. I think it's
Green Bay. Wait, time out. Green Bay getting points?
Is it at?
I don't know. I don't bet it, but I'm just telling you, Green Bay ain't
here?
getting points.
Yeah, they are.
They are?
Yeah.
You said that?
We take your call. I think they're getting 1 or 2 or 3 or somewhere in there.
I'm glad I don't bet.
1.5 and 2. I don't bet.
Green
either.
Bay's getting points.
Harry, we earn our money.
That's right. I don't bet.
Gamble.
I'm not.
Never.
Me neither.
248-539-9797. Let me go to Mike out there in Dearborn. Good morning, Mike. You are live on The Ticket. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, sir.
I'd like to see if I'm not sure if you can help me out. I've got a house that I live in now. It's in my wife's name, and we're paying PMI. But I had a VA loan on our first house, and we were so upside down. I leased it out. I rented it out, and then it became so bad that I did a short sale.
Okay.
December will be 2 years ago. So I'm interested in refinancing the VA loan on the house that we currently live in to get rid of the PMI. Is that possible?
You can't, man. I mean, you need a short sale 2 years. You need 3 years to do another VA loan.
Okay, because I know before it was 2 years. I didn't know if it changed or something.
You know what? The guidelines change literally, man, like on a day-to-day basis. Every day there's another updated email, another updated guideline. I'll call you after the show. Let me run you and your wife's credit, see what I can do. What's the balance on your mortgage right now?
Probably like $260, maybe a little less, and the value is well over $300.
And what's the current interest rate?
I think it's 2.5% or 3.5%.
You can't be at 2.5 or 3.5.
How are you at 2.5? Is it an ARM? Is it adjustable
or a modification?
No, we got the loan. I think it was about seven years ago. And we refinanced.
And
we'll check it out.
There's bro. It's 100% impossible to be at 2.5 on a fixed rate.
Okay. Well, I may have the numbers mixed up a little bit.
We'll check it out for you.
Let me call you after the show, and we'll go from there. I'll take a look at it.
Grab that closing package, Mike, so we can talk with you. Okay, grab the closing package on your last loan, and thanks for the call. Again, we got some open lines here. 248-539-9797. You know, that's the thing, Jeff. As you're headed up,
Green Bay is +3.
Okay. Jeff, you're headed up to Michigan State. It's a lot of fun. You know, my brother's sister went there. I'm an Eastern guy, but that's okay. We'll talk about if they even show up today's game. But it's fun to go away to college. But these millennials, there's a lot of student debt. I mean, the numbers are saying that it's the lowest percentage ever. 13.2% are the home buyers out there, and that's the ages between 18 and 34. So we talked about this younger group of people out there. They're more educated. They're not in a hurry to get to the altar for many reasons, and they're not buying homes. But there are some that are. You know, a lot of them. There's like some. Obviously, there's 13.2% of the buyers out there are this age group. Have you seen a little bit more traffic with the younger buyers recently?
Oh, usually people are looking for houses once they start their families or whatever. So one of the issues that you guys have been faced with is the condo person moving to a house. And the condo market being overbuilt the last time led to a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
So we see a lot of that. Or you see a lot of the single guy who was a bachelor and his house is not functional for the wife and the kids. And so now they got to move into the house. So those situations occur all the time. But there is... You know, college, $1.2 trillion of our federal deficit is unpaid student loans.
That's right.
They're getting
No,
educated.
is that an
Yeah.
accurate number?
This group,
And only 31% graduate in 4 years, so everybody's being delayed.
well, this group of millennials are going to definitely come out of college with the most student loans ever in the history of the United States.
I did. I
It's
finished in 4 years.
It's well documented, and the average student loans right now, the average student loan, and if you're going to grad school, it is well into the 6 digits.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
going to stop
I'm aware of
myself.
that.
but-
So
That's ridiculous.
You know,
That really is.
There's no doubt that age group's definitely staying in school, as you mentioned here, a little
And,
bit longer.
living
a
with
little more
mommy,
educated.
living with mom and dad. So I love my kids too, but you know,
one of the things that you just mentioned is quite true. Is so they bought a condominium back in the last 5 to 10 years, and again, they were overbuilt. A lot of them overpaid. It sounded like a great idea, but now they're married, and a 2-bedroom doesn't work anymore. They might be upside down a little on the condominium. Some can keep them and rent out your existing property and still qualify. Yeah, you might be adding some more income, your new wife, your girlfriend, and you're able to go and buy a new construction house and keep your condos a rental.
I recommend adding income with your wife for sure.
There you go. Definitely find one that mix.
Jeff, do you
I hope she's listening.
Do you do any fill-in building, or is it only
No.
subs? None of that
No,
stuff. Okay.
no.
Because I mean, I do a ton in like Royal Oak, Berkeley, Birmingham is
These are
usually
great
where-
hot areas, of course. Yeah.
But there's a ton of fill-in building where these houses, nasty old houses, they're knocking them down and putting in these.
It's
nice
not
new
our
ones.
thing, but it's still great. I mean, people want to live in Birmingham, Royal Oak, obviously.
Right.
Everybody wants to live in good school systems, good shopping,
Yeah.
freeway accessibility.
Alex, thanks for the segue there. I'm actually going to do an open house tomorrow on one in downtown Royal Oak. Alex, I got one over there on, is it a Connecticut Street? No.
Sure.
No, North Center Street. Really close to downtown.
Right downtown.
Yeah.
Right downtown Royal
McDonald's
Oak.
over there.
A new construction,
Yeah.
Alex. You call it a fill-in build. And again, as we know, many of the builders around have bought older homes, and the people are elderly and they've moved away, and the estate sells it at the right price. They knock the house down and build a gorgeous house in a great city. So there's a lot of suburbanites and people that just want to live down in these Royal Oaks in downtown cities.
Absolutely. You got Royal Oak is 696. You're close to 75. Anywhere you want to get to, you're 20, 25 minutes away.
I like being able to grab my dog and walk downtown and grab a coffee. I mean, I like being right there. Some people don't. My parents are out on Bloomfield Hills. I mean, to me, like that's I had no power for like 6 days last week. I was out there. I'm like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I hate this.
But people like
That's in the
backyards
middle of
versus-
nowhere.
But it's beautiful out there. I mean, either one. It just depends what you like.
Some people like backyards. Some people don't like
Yeah.
backyards. So
Let's go to Mark out there in Ann Arbor. Good morning, Mark. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning,
Mark.
sir. What's up?
Just a quick question for you. And I'm actually in Commerce Township, not Ann Arbor.
love
My
Commerce
wife and I
Township.
bought back in my wife and I bought a house back in May, and we spent the last 4 months renovating. And we're not upside down or anything like that. We were just wondering if we should wait a little bit longer before we try to refinance to pull some of that equity that we built.
What are you trying to refinance for?
Just to minimize some debts and stuff like that. Maybe pay off some student loans stuff.
What's your current interest rate, Mark?
I think we are at 4.75.
I mean, I can probably lower your rate and get you cash out and to minimize that debt. What's the balance on the mortgage?
We're at 127.
And what's the house worth?
We bought it for 131.
What's it worth now?
And like I said, we just bought in May. I have not had it appraised. I mean, if we don't want to pay to get it appraised if there's, no reason to get anything out of it.
Well, I mean, if you just bought in May for 131, I mean, unless you absolutely stole the house, you're not going to be able to take any cash out.
Well, no, we got that house. It's actually a really established neighborhood out in Commerce, and it's a lot of the houses in the area right now that were updated before we bought ours, that are already selling that have been updated. Are going for like 185, 190.
Oh, okay, that's good news.
Let me do this, partner. Let me call after the show. I'll have one of my buddies that's an appraiser just do a little bit of research for us, and that way you're not going to waste the money on an appraisal. Yeah,
Well, not
we'll
Zillow.
do something. But I'll take a look at it for you, and if we think there's a shot, we'll do it. And if not, I'll be honest with you and tell you, there's no equity. But I mean, I think it's worth, it's definitely worth a conversation off the air.
Thanks for the call, Mark.
All right.
Cool.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
So that's definitely something that's happened recently. You bought a house in the last couple of years here in Southeast Michigan. You fixed it up. Not only if you didn't fix it up, if you just maintained it, values have trickled up. Definitely since 2007, 8, 9. I mean, values are gangbusters. But just because you go ahead and throw $20,000, as we know here, into a house, it doesn't mean that the appraised value is going to be there. However, in this case, the neighborhood's selling for one.
Yeah, but the thought process is there. If he's going to go ahead and he's going to refinance, take cash out to pay off toxic debt, whether it's credit cards at 18.5%, 19, 20%, and go ahead and pay off student debt at a higher rate, maybe 8%. That's what you want to do.
Right. And of course, on a conventional loan, you're talking about 80% of the appraised value. So that's something to know out there. Again, you can't necessarily, because it's worth 180, take 180.
And Uncle Sam's your partner, too, on mortgage interest, where Uncle Sam isn't your partner on consumer debt.
That's just going with that, too. Yeah, I mean, with the AMT now, I mean, the only write-off a lot of people have is their mortgage interest.
Right.
I mean, I absolutely consolidate credit card debt and student loans. 100%.
And the key is pay off the debt and don't charge on your credit cards anymore.
Yeah, shred the credit
cards.
cards.
Do that.
We're going to get into some helpful tips about improving your credit scores. 248-539-9797. We've got any of these calls that we can go to Ed out there in Shelby. Good morning, Ed. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. The reason I'm calling...
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm here.
hi, Ed.
Yes, the reason you're calling is...
I'm calling is we did a construction loan. We built a new home, and we sold our existing home, and we did a construction loan for $350. And when we sold our old home, we rolled $300 to put back down on the construction loan. So now we have a balance of $50, and it's at 3.5%. And now they're converting it to a conventional. They're converting it for the construction to the mortgage
to an end loan,
and they want to charge us some fees. Well, they want to put the first package she gave me was to put the escrow for taxes and homeowners in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we don't want to do that. We're paying that separately.
Ed, hang tight, man. I got to go to a break. Hang tight. I'll get right back to you. Okay, don't hang up. I'm gonna put you back on hold. Hang
All
tight,
right,
dude.
we've got plenty to share with you. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Do you want to watch football on a Monday night with the #1 draft pick who's currently on your team? Now's your chance. Or come test your putting skills and you could win a trip to Pinehurst, North Carolina. It's not a fantasy. You can choose from any of these blind date experiences. And all you have to do is test drive the Chrysler 200. Come to Southfield Chrysler on Telegraph Monday between 4 and 8. Or go to cbsdetroit.com/blind date to find the next Chrysler 200 blind date test drive experience. Experience the 2015 Chrysler 200, redesigned from the factory floor up with best-in-class available 295 horsepower, standard 9-speed transmission, available 8.4-inch touchscreen, and up to 32 miles per gallon highway. It's the American sedan people didn't think was possible. The 2015 Chrysler 200 is America's import. Now during the Chrysler Great American Drive event, employees can lease the 2015 Chrysler 200 limited sedan for only $237 a month for 39 months with $237 due at signing. Blind date experience program runs through September 30th, 2014 or while supplies last. For terms and eligibility, visit cbsdetroit.com/blind date.
There are so many phone apps these days, but here to tell us about one that can save us money on our energy bill is Knox from DTE Energy. Hey there, Knox.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Great. I can't wait to hear about this app.
Well, DTE Insight is a free app. It has a lot of great features. It links with your advanced meter and shows you your daily, weekly, and monthly usage.
You had me at free app. So what kind of features are in the app?
Well, there's a great little tool called Power Scan. You hold your iPhone over the power cord of an appliance, and the app will tell you how much power it takes to run that device. And it'll give you an estimate of how it impacts your energy bill.
Oh, that is cool. I can barely figure out how to take a picture on my phone. So is there anything else?
Also, we offer tips and projects to help customers save energy.
Well, this seems a lot more useful than that crushing candy game I've been obsessed with.
I would agree.
Okay, I need to get this app right away. How do I get it?
Well, for all of our customers with an advanced meter, you can go to the App Store or Google Play.
So if you need more information, go to dteenergy.com/DTE Insight. DTE Energy. Know your own power.
Oh, man, it's the shop.
Yeah, it's Joe. What's up?
The air compressor down again? I gotta go, Mike.
Didn't I tell you to call Air Center about a Kaiser air compressor?
Air Center sells and services industrial air compressors and systems for all types of businesses. Air Center sells Kaiser, the most reliable air compressors in the world. If you need a new air compressor or are in need of service, call Air Center at 800-AIR-2959 or visit teamaircenter.com. Air Center and Kaiser, for air that's always there. Summer is ending. It's a total bummer. But at Bader & Sons Company, we've found the cure for those end-of-summer blues. Our end-of-summer sales event. That means you can take $500 off or get 0% financing for 72 months on all John Deere 1 through 5 series tractors. Plus, take up to an additional $1,500 off select models with the purchase of 2 or more qualifying implements. And that's not all. We also have tons of Gear Up for Fall deals going on the whole month of September. Get great financing or big cash discounts on hard hard-working John Deere compact and utility tractors, lawn tractors, residential and commercial mowers, Gator utility vehicles, and more. Hurry into Bader & Sons Company today to take advantage of these limited-time deals, or visit us online at greentractors.com for more information. Bader & Sons Company, outstanding in our field. Offer ends 9/30/14. Subject to credit approval on John Deere financial installment plans. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
At Hodges Subaru. The Love Fall event is going on right now at Hodges Subaru in Ferndale.
The all-new 2015 Subaru Foresters are here with symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Come test drive one today or learn more at HodgesSubaru.com.
I bought my Subaru at Hodges. Don't miss the Love Fall event going on now at Hodges Subaru. Metro Detroit, Subaru only dealer. Those in the know choose Hodges Subaru. 9 Mile and Woodward in Ferndale.
Today, put on your maize and blue and head out to Ann Arbor's Pioneer Park for some Michigan tailgating with the 97.1 The Ticket Street Team and the Ticket Chicks. 97.1 The Ticket's Pat Caputo broadcasts live from 10 till 12:45. Find out more at 971theticket.com. Get together with the Michigan Humane Society for the 2014 Mega March for Animals to help thousands of area animals go from homeless to loved. You can walk with or without a pet at one of 3 scenic locations. Register today at michiganhumane.org/mega.
We don't need replays. We get it right the first time. Just ask us.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back. We broadcast again until 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call all day long. We've got people in the office to get you that approval letter. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. Again, that's 1-800-569-7283. Of course, here at 97.1, 248-539-9797. We got a special guest in today, Jeff Sakwa. If you're just joining us, Jeff, you're involved in so many things. But, of course, we brought you in because you're building homes all over Southeast Michigan. We checked it out. You've got 7 floor plans. You've got options.
9.
9. Okay. You're in South Lyon. You're in up in Orion Township. All some great areas. Commerce, South Lyon. Which one did I miss? Where else are you? Anything downriver?
No, nothing downriver.
Canton, Plymouth?
Nope. Love to be there, though.
All right. There's other builders
Bring
around
me a deal.
town.
So go buy some land, baby. Let's go.
Bring me a deal.
Be sure to call Capital Mortgage. Get your approval letter. Find out what you qualify for. Find out how easy it is to purchase a house, whether it be new construction or existing home, and get it done the right way. All right, we got some calls to get to.
We got to wrap up. Ed did. Remember I put him.
Oh, okay. Put Ed.
Yeah, Ed.
Hey, Ed, go ahead and continue, sir.
Easy, Ed.
Hello?
Yep, you're back on. Ed, go ahead.
Okay, so I guess the bottom line is we've got a mortgage now for $50,000, and I don't know, and if at 3.5%, would I be better off just paying that off since I have the cash, or should I just let it run its course?
Is it a fixed rate?
It's a fixed rate.
Yeah, you're good. You're fine. Leave it alone. You're good. You're all set. Don't do anything.
Okay, just make the payment.
Yep, 3.5 on a fixed rate. Leave it alone. Don't do anything.
Okay. All right, great.
Cool.
All
Thanks,
right,
Ed.
Thanks, Ed. Great call.
Calls here.
That was an easy one.
Let me go to this one. Wanting to get out of your PMI is always a popular call. Hey, Ron out there in Canton, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
Good.
What's happening?
Hey, so we went through the hardship when the economy went in the dump. We, lost jobs and short sale the house in 2009. So we just, waited our time and bought a house last year. So obviously we had to go FHA.
Sure.
And now we're paying PMI.
MIP.
So I'm like 15 months into this loan. So I'm just trying to figure out. Luckily, I did close before I know the rule changes FHA, where I think if they close on a loan now, they're paying PMI for the life of the loan.
Right. Correct, sir.
Mine is luckily I got it just before that, so we closed like last June or May.
Right.
So my thoughts are is just trying to look for a plan maybe to get out of this sooner than later.
It's 4 years to go back conventional now. It's going to depend if I get the loan approved or not. I mean, what's your credit look like?
I think it's probably right around 700.
I mean, it's one of those things we got to run through the underwriting engine and see what we can do. I'm happy to work on it for you. I don't charge any of my clients, and Capital as an entire firm doesn't charge any of our clients just to run through underwriting and see if we can get you approved or not. So I think that's our first step.
What are the rates now on conventional?
If you had a short sale 4 years ago, the last thing you should be worried about is an interest rate. I mean,
rates are at all-time lows.
I mean, you're looking in the mid to low fours.
Yeah, you're in the fours. I mean,
Right. Well, I'm in the threes now, so I mean,
but you're also paying MIP.
But you're also
paying MIP.
You're paying mortgage insurance, which means you're at 4.5.
Yeah, don't get hung up on the rate. Let's look at the total payment and your total situation. So if we can make it better for you, we will. If we can't, we'll just let you know. But the bottom line is, it's not going to cost you anything.
Right.
Okay. So don't write a check to anybody.
Quite a bit, right? And even in a year, so
correct.
Good for you,
so
Ron. You've
it's
done
really
some
a
good
no-lose
things.
situation for you.
Yeah, you've done some good things, Ron. Hang in there. We'll give you a follow-up call and find out if it now would be a good time for you to definitely go and obtain that conventional loan. Again, mortgage rates are the same just about anywhere in the country. They're at all-time lows, folks. A lot of times, as Alex and Harry sort of mentioned, it's not always about the interest rate. There's a lot of other intangibles in there, so make sure you do the right thing. As you mentioned, Alex, if you're paying mortgage insurance, sometimes you're better off with a little higher rate.
If you're on an FHA loan right now, you're paying basically 1% of the loan amount divided by 12.35 per month.
Mm-hmm.
So if your loan amount's $120,000, you're paying $120 a month in mortgage insurance. I don't care if you're at 3 7/8 because you're paying mortgage insurance, which means you're at 5 1/4 when it all balances out.
Exactly. Continue some calls here. We got Dave out there calling in from Harrison Township. Good morning, Dave. Welcome to the show.
How you guys doing? Thanks for taking my call.
Good morning, Dave.
Well, almost 3 years ago to the day, September 29th, my house went into foreclosure and was sold, and I went to the mortgage company and negotiated a buyout of the mortgage. My company was going through some bad times, whatever, so what I ended up doing was purchasing my house for about $64,000. I had half the money, so I went into a private money lending situation because I couldn't get a traditional mortgage for it because of the situation. And I'm on a 5-year balloon payment, so I got 2 more years left on the balloon payment. But currently, we only owe about $31,000 on the house. And I'm in Harrison Township. The houses are going, anywhere between they're selling for 100, 120 in comps. And I'm wondering, we're coming up on that 3-year rate. They did term it as a foreclosure, though, even though we bought it because it went through a foreclosure sale.
I don't understand how you bought your house back.
Well, because when it went into the foreclosure, I, essentially said, what's the cost for you to do a foreclosure? I could go across the street and buy a house. Everybody was short selling their house at the time for, $32,000 or for like $50,000. I said, I could go across.
Yeah, you went to a private investor. He came up with money and bought the house. So you went into a 5-year situation. Is there a prepayment penalty on that 5-year balloon?
Nope, we're done with the prepayment penalty. It was only during the first year.
Okay. Well, then.
Should be able to move forward.
Yeah, we should be able to move forward. We have to check the dates and everything like that. But you're right on that cusp where you could maybe better your situation. How's your credit?
My credit's okay. The problem is, back in March, I just shut down my shop.
Oh, no.
So I'm probably going to be looking at, within the next 6 months or so, wanting to do a bankruptcy just to, abolish any liabilities that were left over from that.
Why would I lend you any money whatsoever?
That's why it's called the hardcore show.
For that one. Hey, Dave, we're going to follow up with you, but you got your hands full.
Did you make this phone call up?
Can you reach over there and get him? I can't get it.
I'm not even joking, dude. Like you. Sorry, Harry's yelling at me. Sorry, Harry's yelling at me.
Just let him go. Hey, Lyle, you're calling in from Brighton. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lyle.
Hey, so I'm actually a banker at a large financial institution, and me and my dad have been trying to do a refi on his mortgage for a couple of years now. I've taken him to my bank. I've sent him to 2 other locations, and he can't seem to get a refinance. He's at a 7.5% on a conventional. He's got about $100,000 left on the loan, but he owns his own business. And no one seems to get him. They all say he's got good enough to get it approved, but it's the income issue, and we don't know what else to do.
Does he write off the majority of his income? Is that why?
Yeah, and that's what everyone's been saying. But I listen to your guys' show a lot, and I thought maybe you guys might have an insight.
Well, I would like to take a look at his tax returns. That's probably it, though. He probably writes everything off through the business and showing zero at the end of the year. So
let's be clear about this. It's not that you're self-employed. Never a problem. It's what you show income at the end of the year on your tax return.
Yeah. Bottom line is you can't tell the government you make zero money and tell us you make $100,000 for us to qualify you on a loan.
Right.
Okay, we've got to go over the documents. We've got to take a look at the documents, and we use the income that you file with the IRS.
And those days of stated income for self-employed people are gone.
Bottom line is we can take a look at it. We'll take a cursory review of it. We'll look at it and we'll say, hey, yay or nay.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
right. Just that easy.
It doesn't cost you a dime. We'll do it for free. We'll take a look at your tax returns, and if we can do something for you, I'd love to help you out.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Thanks for the call, Lila. It definitely doesn't take 2 years to get those kinds of answers. Again, as we mentioned, it's not that you're self-employed. It's just simply that what you're showing in your tax return. That's it. They're playing the music. They're saying goodbye. Get out of here,
Hey,
mortgage
thanks
guys.
to Jeff Sackler for being here. Again, this is a public service announcement. Vote for him for MSU trustee, president of Noble Real Estate, partner in Hunter Pastor Homes, community activist, all-around great guy. Jeff, we want you to win. Go green.
Thank you, guys. It's been a sincere pleasure, and let's have a great weekend. A lot of W's.
All right, all you listeners out there, be sure to call Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We got sports, Pat Caputo coming up next. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
You've been hearing the ads, you've seen the billboards, and now is your time to hire the #1 real estate team in the state of Michigan. Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. So far this year, we've sold more homes than any other agent. And what does hiring the #1 real estate team in the state mean for you? It means you'll get over 98% of your asking price and will get your home sold in an average of 23 days.
Hi, my name's Brian Berryman. I'm from Bloomfield Hills. Heard Jeff's ads on the radio. I was having a hard time selling my house in Royal Oak, so I gave him a call. He took a complicated process, made it extremely easy, paid attention to detail, said I'd have my house sold in 3 weeks. 3 weeks later, house is sold. Working with Jeff has been a fantastic experience. I'd recommend working with him to anybody.
Call Jeff Glover today at 855-JEFF-SELLS. Whether your home is in Novi